Today, I'm going to critique one of the most interesting properties in Marbella, Casa Cenote, and then give it an Arvin score at the end of the video based on my 10 principles of quality. So if you ever decide to build, design, remodel your dream home, you won't make the same mistakes. I'm Arvin Haddad. I'm the How to Buy a Mansion guy. Let's watch this video together.
Hey everyone, this is Giles from the agency Marbella and welcome back. Today, I have a very nice house that I want to show you guys called Casa Cenote. It's our newest and latest exclusive at the agency, and let's take a look inside. So we have the entry path walking into the property on our left and our right with some water features, and it just shows how beautiful and massive this entry space is.
Okay, let's talk about the facade. Let's talk about the frontage. But before we do that, let's talk about the location. We are talking about Nueva Andalucia. It's a golf course community. I rate it as mid-tier because the collection of lots and properties that are built in this community, it's quite mixed. You have townhouses. At the same time, you have bigger villas and bigger lots than this property. This is not even on the golf course. It's stepped away from the golf course, but the proximity of this development is pretty ideal. It's really close to everything. The frontage, it's tight, and for that reason, it's really not estates level. You don't have that private driveway. You don't have that motor court. Your driveway is to the left. It goes to the lower level to the basement where you can park your cars. The architectural style is a one-story Andalusian Mediterranean style. The focal point is the door, and it's a bit unproportional to the width. It's a little too center heavy, and they've tried to diffuse that with a lot of lush landscaping and storytelling as soon as you open the gate and pedestrian walkway to the door. Now, this is critical. This property has been branded and inspired by the cenotes in Mexico. It's trying to set your mood. This walkway, which looks like an obstacle course, is giving you a little bit of tease, a little bit of a play that, hey, you're going to get into something that is going to look very different than any other property you've seen. So let's take a look.
I have a very special surprise because I'm joined by our very lovely colleague, Julia.
Hi Giles, hi guys, welcome.
So first of all, Julia, this door is absolutely massive. Can you tell me a little bit more about this?
It is. It's bespoke oak wooden floors, 250 kilograms each wing.
Wow.
What are we describing? A horse? It's a full-breeded 100% Arabian horse door. I want to make a point about doors because I love beautiful doors and I think they make a humongous impression. Unfortunately, everyone's gone, leaning towards these pivot doors, which I find them really annoying and only right fit for very few properties. I love these older traditional doors. Having said that, being 250 kilograms each is really not a positive thing. It could be a little too heavy if they haven't used the right hinges, and it could also put stress on the hinges over time and have issues. But overall, beside the fact that there's something hanging in there, great choice of color, material, and entrance experience.
Let's take a look inside.
Come along. Just check out this space. It's huge amount of natural light coming in for the staircase that is a central part of the house. By the way, it's actually custom made in letter C because the house is called Casa Cenote, as you know. But to give you some numbers about the house, we have a plot of 1,700 square meter, 800 square meter built interior, plus 219 terraces.
Wow. It just shows how big the house truly is. The house features 6 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms, which we will showcase later in the video.
Okay, what a wow factor, right? You have a humongous skylight bringing natural light in, and then the staircase goes down because it's a one-story with a basement, right? It's not blocking the view. It also allows the natural light to go in. But what's most impressive about this, in a lot of properties, you find a property that has not sold, and then real estate agents get together and they're like, you know what? We need to brand this property and come up with a name to give it a little bit of prestige. When in reality, the property should be branded and named at birth or even before birth. You see, when this property was designed, it was all about bringing cenotes in Mexico to Marbella. So this was not an afterthought. This whole element of a cave looking down onto the water to the cenotes, right, in the water underneath, is happening in your foyer. It's brilliant execution of a vision from 4 years in the past that has that when it comes to fruition, you have the perfect match. The name, the brand of the house is exactly what the architect had designed from the very beginning. Brilliant execution, very good so far.
But for now, I will take you guys along to the kitchen and the formal dining area. So let's take a look. Okay, so as we head into this space, it is worth mentioning that there are some hidden doors that lead us to the office area. So the office area is quite nice. We have storage space, a TV, a workstation, as well with these windows that are floor to ceiling that give us a natural, vibe into the space with views to the garden. So heading back.
Okay, this is a really beautiful office. I like the introduction of the color blue. It goes with the rest of the palette in the house. However, why would you want to put an office right next to your kitchen? Kitchen is a very, very busy, it's the center of the house, it's the heart of the house, and placing your office right next to it, it's concerning. Another concern is how much cabinet space are you going to have over here? If this one opens up, are you going to have enough cabinet for the rest of the kitchen to be able to have your pots and pans and dishes? So that could also be of concern.
We have a massive kitchen island, which is 2.5 by 3.7 meters, perfect for entertaining family, guests, and of course, fridge, freezer, lots of cabinet space. Julia, what do you think about this area?
I love it, honestly. As you well pointed out, it's a fantastic social area. You're cooking your meal, but you can still interact with your guests.
Wow, what a stunning kitchen. And I'm not even a fan of the stone, the Cristallo courtside, I believe it is. I find them too busy, but I have to admit, I've never seen an interior designer diffuse this heavy pattern by absolutely correctly vein match coloring with the cabinets, the two-tone cabinets, the pillows, completely diffused. And then how functional this kitchen is. You have a humongous bench behind you, bringing natural light, looking at your vegetable garden, and then centrally positioned kitchen where you can see your family room across, right next to the dining room. You can see the natural light coming from your skylight on one side and the outdoor backyard on the other side. Truly speaking, the heart of the house. Brilliantly executed.
Again, everything here is bespoke. So this is the formal dining area, bespoke chairs. We have a massive wooden table, which just shows a lot of warmth into the property. There's open cabinetry here for your cutlery, everything that you need. And I'm not sure, but I think there's a hidden pantry here somewhere. Oh, wow. Would you look at that? So we have a hidden pantry here with some extra storage space.
I really like these Murphy cabinets. That one was a little bit tight, like you needed maybe 2 cycles of Ozempic to get in there. But again, they've even thought that out because, again, I think the biggest downfall of this kitchen was lack of cabinets.
We are right now at the formal living, and my favorite feature of this area is definitely the ceiling. The house is very modern, elegant, but we wanted to keep the Andalusian charm so you can see the wooden beams.
Now, it's also worth mentioning we have a micro cement floor, correct?
Exactly.
That goes from the inside to the outside.
Yes.
So it has 7 layers of
Correct. It has 7 layers, so even if you polish it every 2 years, it still gives you 15 years of usage.
So easy maintenance.
Easy maintenance.
Okay.
Love the indoor-outdoor floor. That continuity is there. It's really interesting that they did not show the beams. They've painted them white. Some of you might think it's criminal. I think they're trying to keep the attention to the view. They're trying to not distract. They've committed to use this really beautiful natural wood cabinetry to frame the fireplace, and they're trying to keep your eye level lower and not attract it up. Again, I don't think you would have gone really wrong either way, and you could paint the beams the natural color or the same color as the other cabinetry wood that you have over here. But again, they're trying to keep it light. They're trying to keep it focused. They're not trying to do too much with it, because the one thing they're trying to focus is this whole cenote relaxation element, right? They're trying to kind of clean out your palette at the same time. So again, I wouldn't criticize them so much over that.
But why don't we take a look in the primary bedroom?
Indeed, let's
go.
go.
Take a look. So going in this bathroom, I mean, this is like straight out of a Pinterest board. It is absolutely wonderful. We have this flooring design that you can see again in the double sink setup on this side. We have the shower on my left with this natural stone cladding. It's a double rain head waterfall shower.
Very beautiful. The only criticism would be doing the floors with the same finish as your counters, but I love the fluted finish here by the shower. The arches are beautiful, frame it, beautiful. Again, one of the favorite things I love about one-story homes is the primary suite being on the first level, the fact that you don't have to take too many stairs to go to the kitchen. I think all that stuff makes a vacation home even better.
Let's take a look into the primary bedroom.
Closet, yes. Okay, so we have walk-in closet, his and hers, with open cabinetry. It's also very nice to point out we have carpet in the primary area.
Okay, the walk-in closet was more for the show. I don't think it was really efficient in actually placing all your clothes. It looked beautiful though. I think it could have been better used as far as arrangement and everything to make it more functional.
So this is the primary bedroom. Again, you have windows, floor to ceiling, tons of natural light. And I mean, look at the space. This is your view. We have an organic pool outside with a hammock. This is proper vacation in Marbella, no?
It is. Living holidays every day.
Wow.
Okay, a little smaller than I would have hoped for. I think this is better size for a junior primary suite than an actual primary suite. But here's what I like about it. It's very disarming. At the same time, it's extremely bespoke, detailed, but because it's cohesive with the architectural style, the whole vision with the whole brand of the property, it doesn't come as intimidating, right? It's not trying to be expensive for the sake of being expensive, like a lot of other properties in Marbella. It's sticking its gun into creating this disarming finishes that sets the mood and lets the brand of the property, the whole cenote thing, the one-story living, the indoor-outdoor flow do the talking.
So Giles, as you mentioned, we have 6 bedrooms in the property, but 4 bedrooms on this level, 3 on this side, 1 on the other. But very worth pointing out is actually the guest toilet. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the nicest guest toilets that I've seen. You have the double C from Casa Cenote on the floor, wooden ceiling. Again, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous guest toilet.
Beautiful. I mean, this is cool. You know, the tile work, whatever stonework you want to call it. Again, that's what I'm saying. It's like you could be bespoke and not flashy in a really clever way like this. It's time consuming, finding little pieces, cracking them, breaking them to make sure they make the border and everything. Beautifully done.
Julia, the weather is so nice. Should we go take a look at the pool?
Let's go.
No, before we go to the pool, did you just notice when we walked in, we passed by 3 bedrooms and we didn't even notice them? This is really, really fascinating because they've done something really brilliant. Did you notice we didn't see any hallways? There are no hallways in this house. At the same time, having bedroom doors opening up to the foyer of the property is a little strange. Optically look weird, and it would take the attention away from the foyer of the house where it's supposed to reset you and direct you towards the living areas. But they've hidden the doors, eliminating that hallway that would have killed the space and the volume of this room. It's brilliant execution of a tight space on a 1-story building to be able to fit 4 bedrooms on the same floor and not taking away the wow factor, the volume of your foyer, and eliminating wasted square footage. It's absolutely brilliant. It's really, really smart design.
Okay, so heading from the inside to the outside, you can see we have these pocket doors left and right, as well as the seating areas on both sides. There's a special skylight underneath us.
Yes, we'll mention that later.
Yes, that we will see later in the video. And we have arrived at the outside area with the pool. So Julia, what do you like most about the outside area?
Honestly, I don't know if it's the Tulum style pool, 70 palm trees, or your private beach. Indeed.
I want to take you to my favorite part, which is the palm private bar that we have.
Okay, before we look at this bar, let's talk about the backyard. In my true opinion, this lot is a little too tight for this idea. The fact that you walk out and you go straight to sand is a big negative, okay? I would have really preferred to see in the distance of lawn before we get to this whole beach backyard idea. Optically, it would have looked better. A little bit more spacing, a little bit more green surrounding this lake. Also, for practical reasons, this is going to be really annoying. And I didn't see any area where you can wash off the sand by your feet when you go in and out. Before you know it, you're going to have crap load of sand. After each day, you need the whole crew to keep the sand out of the property. It's a nightmare. Separating that space, creating a buffer zone, not in front of your door to wash your feet before you go into the house, that is kind of a natural pass through, would have been essential in this design. Overall, I think you needed a 2-acre lot for this idea, but it's really interesting that they've dared and they've delivered. Again, they're really differentiating themselves. This is so critical when you're designing your dream home or even a flip project like this. There's no comp for this house. Try to comp it. Go buy another one. Okay. And I love this approach where, like, yeah, you can, we tell a completely different story. We are not the other houses. This is our strength. This is, if you don't want cenote, then we're not for you. Okay. If you want that experience, this is the only house on the market. And this is how much you got to pay for it. Brilliant. When you deliver on that promise, from the first picture on the drawing to the name of the property to the finishes, you get to have this property to be one of one.
So I want to welcome everybody to the Palm Bar, which is our outside kitchen bar area where we have our barbecue. We have a dishwasher and a fridge.
And yeah, don't forget to mention the sitting area behind me.
Yes, so we have the outside dining area for about 10 people.
Wow, what a beautiful spot. I mean, this must be one of the top selling points of this property. And it's really interesting because you have to pay attention. This is not a view property. It's not even on the freaking golf course. See, there's certain times, as frugal I am with my inner circle clients and advising them, don't spend money, I can save you money, you're overspending over here, cut the cost for them. There are times where you do have to spend the money on the finishes, on the design work to get the exit price you want. This was just another lot. It is just another lot in the community, second row away from the golf course with no views of the ocean. But look what they've done. They've created an entire different experience from the original design with an incredibly beautiful seating arrangement on the outside where you're going to use this area a ton. You could be anywhere in the world. The number one reason people buy vacation homes is to get a reset, to get a Control-Alt-Delete of their brain. So when they go back to work, their brain feels rested. And you could have all of Marbella when you buy this property. You could also have this cenote experience, which would completely just, relax you all the way through your experience and wow your guests. What the hell is this? You have a freaking beach, right? You have this experience extremely meticulously designed and executed.
So, as promised, here is your summer cocktail, Julia.
Amazing. Thank you so much. My goodness, I love this bar area. I feel like we are back in 70s.
It is truly wonderful. You have this like brass finishing along with these wooden curves to really give you that timeless, elegance. Yes. Behind us, we have the pool table with some seating area.
Yes, indeed. We have also 98 inches TV, huge sofa to entertain your guests and family.
Perfect to spend time with loved ones.
Okay, this is a negative. We didn't have a TV room by the kitchen, but you have to take this into account. This is a vacation home, okay? The chances of you watching TV during the day and not being in your beach are slim. So they've taken a gamble, and sometimes you have to make choices, especially with one-story homes. If you want to have a wow factor, nothing unobstructing your view when you walk in to see that backyard, have 4 bedrooms on the same floor, have a beautiful kitchen, have an office, have, a pantry, all that stuff, at some point you have to make a sacrifice. They've taken a chance. It's not ideal. If you do want to watch TV after lunch, you have to go to the basement to do so. To me, it's not that big of a deal. It's the right decision to make, to just kind of consolidate the TV media experience all at the basement and not try to ruin the first floor experience.
So we're back at the C-shaped staircase, which Julia mentioned in the beginning. Now the house is getting finalized, so we're waiting on the handrails to be delivered for the stairs. And these stairs, they took a lot of time and effort because we have all these wood paneling that just took a lot of energy to bend properly.
Wow. This must be one of the most beautiful staircases I've ever seen in my entire life. Dressed in wood with beautiful stone. It's in a way just seductive. It's so beautiful, absolutely stunning. But did you spot the flaw? I give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Low ceilings. This was a big mistake. I really don't think it would have cost you much more to excavate another 4 or 5 feet from this level. I don't know why, when it comes to basements, everyone wants to go low ceilings. Just because they did it in the past, that doesn't mean it's the right way to do. I want to see volume in your basements, and this just does not have it.
But behind us, we have the 5th bedroom. This has a ensuite bathroom, very unique space.
Okay, this is technically your maid's area, and it's exquisitely decored. Look at this. Impressive. Again, they're not cheaping it out, but they're not being flashy. You gotta love that.
And then we have the pantry with mosaic tiles and gorgeous cabinetry with your laundry room.
And the last door, it leads to the staff corner or guest apartment with separate access. You have small kitchenette and suite bathroom, of course. But if you come along, we have the beautiful garage with LED lighting, 2 cars, 1 buggy, very comfortable area.
This is bad. Why did you go LED light? What are you doing? Do they have LED lights in the cenotes? I haven't seen one. Come on, how cool would it have been that you park your car in the cave? This was a big missed opportunity. And those ceiling heights don't lie. Really, really low. Disappointing.
But Giles, what's the smell? It's very nice.
Yeah, so actually this house has its own specific, unique smell that's been specifically designed for this house, which you can see right here. It's its own perfume.
Very nice and fresh.
Yeah, it's probably what you've been smelling.
Yes, we have bodega for white and red wine.
Which is included in the price.
Very good point.
And I think it's now time for the grand finale.
Yes,
which
I've been waiting the whole tour for this.
We show our viewers. Let's take a look inside. Julie, have you ever seen a cooler basement than this?
Never. I swear it's one-of-a-kind property.
What a spa. I mean, come on. How many view properties have you seen in Marbella? There's plenty of view properties with ocean view, golf course view, combination of views in Marbella. But how many properties do you know with a spa basement like this? 0. This is the only one. You see, the strategic art of being a builder and developer is turning something that people don't really value, like a lot like this was an average, good lot, but nothing special. It wasn't front row golf course. It wasn't the biggest one. It didn't have the best dimensions. You take that and then you recognize that in order for me to maximize my profit and also do the land justice, I have an opportunity to tell a different story. And they chose to create an experience out of nothing that will make them one of one. And for that, I salute them. Great job.
The house that we're in is called Casa Cenote. And cenote actually comes from the Mexican term where they have the caves with the natural light.
Exactly.
So this whole idea is based around that concept.
We have a cold plunge, bathroom, steam room, and sauna. Everything that you need in your home spa.
Sold. Oh my God. This is by far the coolest spa I've critiqued on this channel. It is stunning. It is so zen. It is so cool. I am so impressed. Hats off to them. Hats off to the developers, the designers, interior designers. I'm so impressed. This is so cool. Talking about differentiating yourself. Come on.
On the left side of the basement, we have our gym, which is nice because the cave transitions into the gym space. We have some basic equipment here, whatever you need.
Okay, I don't know how practical this gym is. You might like break your hand doing dumbbells. Very, very tight. Probably good for a treadmill or a bike. I don't know about free weights here. Okay, before I give this property an Arvin score, if you're planning to buy, remodel, or build your dream home, and you want someone who's dedicated his life analyzing what all the other architects and builders have done throughout the entire world, what mistakes they've made, what parts they've done well, to bring all that knowledge to your project to save you money, make the project look better, do it faster, and get what you actually want from the project, feel free to fill out the application right below. If we are right fit for each other, I would love to give you 12 months of support. Okay, location. Look, it's central, but the fabric of the community is not homogeneous. You got condos, you got townhouses, you got mega mansions, and then you're not on the golf course. I'm going to give it a 7. Lot quality. You're a little less than half an acre, decent dimensions, street to street lot. I'm going to give it an 8. Lot utilization. Look, you have an average frontage, average side setbacks, longer, bigger depth backyard. I'm going to give it an 8. Privacy. You're too close to your neighbors. For a property of this caliber, I really felt like it could have need a little bit more privacy. It's a little too good for its location. I'm going to give it an 8. Lot orientation. You're west facing. It's going to get a 7. Architectural style. Look, it's an Andalusian Mediterranean style. Nothing crazy out of the box in that element. But the whole cenote element, from the front when you walk in towards the property to the cave, excellent execution, excellent vision. For that reason, I'm going to give it a 9. View. It's not a view property. It gets a 0. Layout. Look, you didn't have a family room upstairs. That was a sacrifice they made to be able to fit 4 bedrooms, an office, a central location, kitchen, and an amazing wow factor. Overall, I thought it was pretty good. I'm going to give it an 8. Scale and volume. On the entire ground level was very standard. Basement was on the lower side. I'm going to give it a 6. Finishes. They were bespoke, they were appropriate, and most importantly, disarming. Inside and outside, from the cenote downstairs, the basement, all the elements were absolutely brilliantly executed in accordance to the vision and the brand of the house. Brilliantly executed, and I really salute them for that. I'm going to give it a 10. And it's a prime example of when to spend the money on the finishes to get that price justification and match that experience that you promised and deliver that. Well done. Now, here's the Arvin score. If you want to see another property in Marbella that does not score as good as this one, but it's also very interesting, watch this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the comments.